Hi. Oh, geez. I think Instagram is really lagging. Um, for those of you that are in my Instagram live, first, welcome. Can you also give me a thumbs up if the connection is good and not choppy? Because it looks really choppy on my end. Just give me a thumbs up if it's good. And just say bad if it's not. Let me know. But hi, and hi on TikTok too. I'm live at two places at once. I'm live here on TikTok. The feed and the stream is always crisp and clear on TikTok. And I'm also live here on Instagram. Okay, so I'm getting thumbs up, so maybe it's just looking laggy on my side. Thank you guys for letting me know it's good. Thank you. So welcome to my live. Happy Friday. I am Digital Laura Anderson. I am the host of the 7-Day Weekend podcast. I am the founder of the 10-hour 10K work month. And we can talk anything media buying, anything AI, anything TikTok shop, anything along those lines. I'm happy to discuss with you guys. Happy Friday. You have so many questions for me today. Well, this is what I'm here for. I like to kind of let you guys dictate where the conversation goes. Ask questions. So these lives are for you guys. So please don't hesitate to ask any questions. I'm an open book when it comes to business and making money and how I can help you guys do the same. You save all my videos. That's so nice. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed them. I'm going to try to put out another prompt video today. So if you guys like my AI prompts, stay tuned for another one today. Also, if you're not signed up for my email, you can do that in my profile. I send out all the prompts in my profile. In my emails. So if you sign up for my emails, you'll receive all the prompts that I put out for you guys in the videos. What time are my lives on Instagram? They're totally random. I generally, I'm so out of it today. Yesterday was an insane day. I didn't go live yesterday. I was supposed to have the student live yesterday too, and I had to postpone it till today because yesterday was a hell of a day. So I'm still a little out of it, but generally, I go live on TikTok and Instagram at the same time, usually 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, around 10 to 12 o'clock. It varies. I don't have a schedule, so it can vary, but it's usually around there. Sometimes it'll be at 4 p.m. But I try to do it around that time, and that is in Eastern Standard Time. How can media buyers best adopt AI? So I'm all for AI, obviously. This is a big part of my platform is discussing AI. And I get so many people saying, you're going to lose your job because AI is going to be able to do what you do, or your clients are just going to use AI to do what it is that I do. Well, first of all, it's not there yet. Even if AI could do what I do, we still wouldn't get replaced. But I do firmly believe you will get replaced by somebody who is using AI if you're not using AI. But it can help come up with strategies and audience creation and creative ideas, but then it doesn't actually go in and implement it, right? It's not there yet. You can take the strategy and the planning, but then somebody has to go in and implement it, continually analyze the data, and a lot of the data is you make decisions on your gut, right? It's not there's no formula or rule of thumb where it's if the ad has hit this number by this time at this rate, then it's a good ad, right? Because sometimes it'll be oh, the CPM is really high, but it's getting a lot of add to cart. So you know what? I'm just going to let it ride for a little bit longer. And then that would sometimes turn out to be one of your better performing ads, even though data-wise, it would have looked like something you wanted to get rid of. So a lot of it is a gut type of reaction. And what I would do is, because some people are oh, well, clients don't like when you're using AI. They think it's a bad thing. I would go the opposite direction. I would go hard on AI. Say I'm an expert marketer, plus I use AI, so I'm a subhuman expert marketer because now I have AI on my side. I can leverage it properly, and I can apply it and adapt it to what I do to make me a superhuman when it comes to AI. Everybody's already using AI anyway, even if they tell you they're not. They're using it. It's like using the internet or a calculator, right? what are you going to do? You're going to use it. So I would go hard in that way and then be on the cutting edge and be one of the first people, because there's not a lot of people that are going out. I'm an expert media buyer, plus I use AI, so that's how I would go about it. I have a lot of questions going on. I am live at 2 places at once, here on TikTok and here on Instagram, so I'm not avoiding questions. If I don't get to your question, please feel free to ask it again. I'm going to do my best to answer and talk to everybody. Can I talk about creating the TikTok store? What would you like to talk about creating a TikTok store? What about it? What, in my opinion, is the best social media platform to get the message out to promote anything? There's no right answer for that. Obviously, being an omnipresence is going to be your best bet. You want to be everywhere that you possibly can be. Create content on each and every single one of those platforms. And content is going to be king. And it really depends. Each industry, each client, each brand can do better on one platform than the other, and you're not really going to know until you give each platform its fair share of a chance to try. That being said, I do believe you could hit your first 10 million in revenue just from one platform, your first 50 million in revenue on 2 platforms. Organic reach right now is really, really good on TikTok. I mean, really good. If you have no followers on Instagram and you make a post and you put hashtags on there, odds are you're going to get 0 eyes on it. Like, it just takes some time to build up. Whereas on TikTok, you'll probably at least get 200 views. Like, the organic reach on TikTok is just good. Overall, though, content is king. Get on every single platform that you can. You can post the same content on all the platforms. So even Snapchat pops off. Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, anywhere else you can put the same content on there, and then lean into what platform is performing best for your brand. On the marketing side of business, do you do media buying for your company? How do you approach it? I don't really do marketing for my business. The way I get clients is through outreach, and I do that through warm outreach, and I do that through cold outreach. Cold outreach I have fully automated using AI. I have an AI chat GPT that's fully trained on my business, and anytime I get a new lead, I put it into this automation. Chat GPT drafts up an email, sends it out for me, has a full-on back and forth conversation via email with potential clients, books them and closes them on a call with me to then close them as a client. I also do warm outreach, where I book clients on Upwork, LinkedIn, and Indeed who are already looking for these services. And then, of course, referrals. Do I have any other job outside of digital marketing? Is it a dream to make money from home? I don't. I have other streams of income, so I also do trainings here. I have the 10-hour 10K work month training, and I have TikTok shop training. And those are additional streams of revenue. I also have a TikTok shop where I sell slippers. That's made me over $10,000, and I started a couple months ago with it. I need to put more effort into it. I just kind of, I haven't really done anything with it, and it's made me $10,000. It just sits there and it's drop shipping, so it costs me absolutely nothing to do. So I have additional streams of income, but I don't have a job. Media buying, I'm a consultant. I have clients, so I don't consider it a job. It's just my work, right? I book clients. I work for myself. Nobody tells me when and where to work. I also outsource all of the work, so I don't do it. And my media buying business brings me in $80,000 to $120,000 per month. That is after I outsource all of the work, but before taxes. So I still have to pay taxes on that $80,000 to $120,000 per month. What is the exact theme of today's program? I don't know if I ever have themes. I don't know if I call this a program. This is live. And we talk business. We talk about what makes me money and how I can help you guys do the same. Or if there's any hot topic today that we can discuss. I'm the founder of the 10-hour 10K work month. You know, if you've heard of the 4-hour work week. We've evolved, we've graduated from that to now the 10-hour 10K work month, because we have things like AI that we can automate and streamline our work with and not have to do as much. And so it's a great way to make 10K a month. I make over 6 figures a month doing it, but 10K a month is a great starting point by only working 10 hours a month because you outsource everything. It does take some time in the beginning to build it up. You have to book the clients, you have to position yourself as an expert, and then you have to find people to outsource the work to. But once you do that, it's smooth sailing. So this is not like a get-rich-quick thing by anything. Like, you're learning media buying. That's what I do, and media buying is running ads on TikTok, running ads on Meta, and I do email marketing. And after you take the 10-hour 10K work month, which is the course that I have, it's a full-on boot camp because you become a certified Meta advertising expert, TikTok advertising expert, and email marketer once you complete the course. And those are skills that are tremendously great for your resume. I've gotten 2 full-time 6-figure salary jobs that required degrees. I don't have a degree, but I got them because I'm a specialized expert in these skills, which is something that they needed over, a generalized digital marketing degree. So super, super high value, in demand, high paying skills that you can't learn in school. So it's an alternative to school, in addition to school, great resume builder, but I don't promote really going the route of getting a job with it. I promote going the route of working for yourself, booking the work, booking the clients yourself, which is going to be the absolute hardest part of this. It's the hardest part for anybody. Like, that's why you get a job, is because the job handles the hard part for you, which is making the business, making the money come in. Whereas if you go out on your own, you're going to have to be the one that makes the money come in. But I teach you and I walk you through all of that because it is the hardest part. So I want to make sure you guys are covered from A to Z on how it gets done. I teach you how to book clients on Upwork, LinkedIn, and Indeed. I give you every single resource you need to make that happen. So cover letter template, proposal template, contract template, scope of service templates, pricing packaging templates, client report templates, anything that you would need, like a turnkey business model. And these aren't like your run-of-the-mill type of templates. I've been doing it for 10 years. I close high paying clients that spend millions of dollars every single month on these platforms. And these are the resources that I use to close those clients. So expert level stuff. You can be a total beginner. It is expert level, but you start from a beginner and I take you to expert level. So you learn basics and foundations 101 on these skills. And then I take you all the way to optimizing and scaling and making your clients profitable, which is where they're going to start paying you the big bucks. I teach you to outsource all of the work, how to streamline and automate using AI. You get lifetime access to this training, and you get access to the student-only mentorship group, Facebook group, where I do student lives in there. I answer questions in there. Students can motivate each other. It's just a really great community. It also includes TikTok shop training. So I like to give you guys, if it makes me money, I'm going to give it to you guys. And so I provide TikTok shop training, how you can drop ship from TikTok or drop ship to TikTok shop so you don't have to purchase any inventory. And you're going to make the bigger share of the money, right? The affiliates make about 10%, where you're going to make 90%. You obviously still have to pay for the cost of the product, but you're still making about 60%, whereas an affiliate's only making 10%. And you don't have to sit around making videos all day. You don't have to make a single video. You don't even have to have a TikTok account, let alone any certain amount of followers to be a vendor on TikTok shop. It's free to do. And I walk you through the entire process. It's something you can also provide to clients. I charge a la carte for this for my clients to set them up on TikTok shop. I charge them $2,000, takes me 30 minutes to do. So great additional thing to know, and that is also included in the 10-hour 10K work month. Can I post a tutorial on how to get into doing ads, like say on IG? So I have tons of videos. And when I say Meta, I run ads on Meta. That's both platforms. That's on Facebook and on Instagram. And you do it from the same platform, Facebook Ads Manager. And then you just toggle the placement you want it on. So if you want it on strictly Facebook, strictly Instagram, you want it on both. I have lots of videos on it. And then again, it's not something that's like you have an ad and you just submit it to these platforms and they run it for you. That's not the case at all. You have to be the one behind the scenes as a media buyer, executing, strategizing, building out the campaigns, optimizing for your goal, which is, if you're trying to get leads, you optimize for leads. If you're trying to get traffic, you optimize for traffic. If you're trying to get purchases, you optimize for purchase conversion. There's like 15 different optimization choices you can, and then within each campaign, you decide, what type of budget you want to run, campaign budget, ad set budget, And then in each campaign, you're going to have a bunch of different audiences, and you have to constantly be testing each audience, filtering in new ones and turning off ones that don't work. And then same with ads. So it's not like you're going to use Meta or Instagram and submit one ad. You constantly have at least 10 to 15 ads running at a time. And so then that way, if you have a couple ads that aren't performing well, you have a couple other that are performing well. And so overall, it evens out to being profitable. And that's why they pay you the big bucks, is because there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes and a lot that is a work that goes into it. Is your warm and cold outreach on the 10-hour 10K work month? Absolutely it is. I provide you the full automation template. This template took me over 6 months to build out and to fine tune and to test and get it to where it is a fine oiled working machine. I add a new lead to the list, and then that cold outreach automation flow is automatically triggered to where it drafts up an email, a unique email that it's fully trained on me, so it speaks and talks just like me as if it is me, sends that email out, pitching my services. We'll have an email communication back and forth with the goal of booking them on a call. Once they're booked on a call, the automation is over and I get on a call with them. And so that used to be the hardest part, right? Was sitting around. It's not even that it was hard, it just took forever. Like sending out emails constantly over and over and over to get clients. And so that's cold outreach. And I give you the full on template for that. You just plug and play. And I show you how to customize it. And then for the warm outreach, which is where you book clients on Upwork, LinkedIn, and Indeed, places where they're already looking for your services and you have to submit them cover letter and case studies or a portfolio. I show you how to do all of that, and I give you every single resource you need to make that happen. So cover letter template, proposal templates, contract templates, scope of service templates, pricing packaging templates, all of that stuff. It's like a turnkey business. You guys get everything that works for me. You guys get it. Do I only have a TikTok shop course? No, I don't. I have the 10-hour 10K work month, which is everything. So everything I do that makes money is included in the 10-hour 10K work month. And the media buying is what makes me the most money, and so that's the biggest part of it. Is TikTok business different from TikTok shop? You're trying to become a vendor. So there's two sides of TikTok shop, right? There's the affiliate side where we've all seen the affiliates. They make a video. They have at the bottom the little link that you can shop, and then if you buy it, the person who created a video, the affiliate, they get a commission, right? We've all seen that side. The other side is the vendor side, the people with those products, selling the products, right? I hear all the time people go, oh, I got this on the TikTok shop, as if TikTok's the one with these products. TikTok doesn't have a single product. There is no TikTok product or shop. It's all vendors, individual vendors, just like Amazon, right? Where you can buy from multiple vendors, and they all have different products. And so to become a vendor, it's completely separate from a TikTok affiliate. You can be both, absolutely, and double dip where you're the affiliate of your own product. But to be a vendor, you don't have to make a single video because you can work with the affiliates. They'll make the videos for you. You don't have to have any followers. You don't even have to have a TikTok account. And yes, it's totally separate. It's not an app that you can download to be a vendor. You have to do it on your desktop and type into Google TikTok Shop Seller Central, and make sure you sign up as a vendor and not an affiliate. Again, you can be both. So if you want to promote your own product and create your own videos and then get, work at both ends, you can absolutely do that. I have the full step-by-step training in my profile. And that training is also included in 10-hour 10K work month. Do I have people that are currently making money monthly from using your course? Caitlin, great question. Absolutely. The course has been out. I launched it last year. And so it's been out for about a little over a year now. And I actually just took a survey with students. I sent them a questionnaire to ask them. I have hundreds of students, only about 25 of them filled it out. But the survey it blew my mind. I have people that are making $10,000 per month, $20,000 per month. Somebody said that they're already making $90,000 per month. I have a student who just DM'd me, said that she booked her client before she even finished the course, and now the training is essentially free because that covered the cost of the training with her very first client that she booked before she even finished the course. I wake up every morning to DMs full. I had one student tell me that in 4 months they started making $80,000 per month. Yeah, I have tons of success stories. If you go onto my the enrollment page in my profile, I have some written testimonials and I have some video testimonials as well. Do you pay the affiliates or just TikTok? So it comes from you, but it's all automated, right? So TikTok's going to pay you out. Well, it's not TikTok, right? Stripe pays you out. Stripe's the payment gateway. And so, but TikTok siphons the payouts for you. So you set how much you want the affiliate to make, right? If you want them to make 10%, 15%, 20%, TikTok recommends you offer 15 to entice, to be competitive, so that affiliates want to work with you. And so then when it comes to payout, it's automatically deducted from your payout. So it's not like you have to go track down these affiliates, make sure they get their money. It's not like that. It's all automated and done for you. What hardware are you using most to do what I do? So there's no, as far as hardware goes, I use my MacBook Pro. That's it. You can't do this. This isn't one of those things that it's like, oh, all you need to do is your cell phone and for 2 hours a day, like selling social, no. This is not anything like that. That's like get rich quick things. No, this is a real legitimate business, where you book clients. My clients are all household name clients that you guys have all heard of. I'm sure you guys have seen some of the ads that I've ran for my clients because they're all big name clients. And you're a consulting firm for clients and outsourcing the work, like a real legitimate business, and it takes time to build up and start. But I tell people if they can dedicate 2 hours, 5 days a week for 6 months, they will be in a good place. Because consistency pays off always, and you don't have to be, not every day has to be perfect. If you don't do any work for one day, that's fine. Just the next day, get back at it. There's no other fees to run this whatsoever. You do need a computer, right? You don't need a MacBook Pro, but you do need a computer. You have to have a desktop in order to run Facebook and Meta ads. To have access to their business manager, full functionality has to be done through a desktop. There is apps, but they don't have full functionality, so it has to be done on a desktop. But as far as software and stuff goes, I use QuickBooks for my invoicing. When I first started out, I would just send an invoice with my wire information or Venmo information. Again, I give you the template for that for the contract. I use Gmail. I don't have an @ domain, nobody cares. And I use Google for everything. So Google Documents for the client reports, Google Sheets for any client CSV file. And then to run it, you just run it on the Meta advertising platform, and that's obviously free to use. And that's where I generate data from the reports. There's no hidden costs. I show you how to create a free website. You don't have to be an LLC. You don't have to be an LLC for media buying or for TikTok Shop. I do recommend getting an LLC later on down the line. I call it don't get fancy until you're fancy, right? So many people think that they have to have all of this fancy stuff in place first that makes them feel legitimate. You don't have to have any of that, right? Once you start, people are always like, oh, I have to start an LLC for my business. And I'm like, oh, how much money have you made from your business so far? And they're like, oh, well, nothing yet. And it's well, then you don't have a business. You have an idea. It's not a business until you're generating revenue. Even if that revenue is at a loss, you're not a business until you're generating revenue. So you're an idea. And you don't have to get fancy until you're fancy. You don't have to worry about having a fancy name, having a fancy website, any of that stuff. And you can change that all later down the line as well as you grow and you realize, okay, this is going to look better. I'm going to invest a little bit of money in this once I've already made money. How long have I been in this industry? Over 10 years now. Not to reveal my age, but I'm old. A lady never discloses her age. Wondering if there's an upfront cost for TikTok Shop. So to actually run TikTok Shop, there's no fees. The actual shop itself is completely free to do. But if you're going to be drop shipping, which is what I recommend, or doing print on demand, you do have to have a Shopify store because you can't link TikTok Shop directly to an AliExpress vendor. If you do print on demand, you can link TikTok Shop directly to print on demand and you don't have to have a Shopify. I have both print on demand products and dropship products, so I have to house them in Shopify. It's a lot easier too because fulfilling the orders, everything is automated if you have a Shopify. So you want to, but it's 90 days free trial for Shopify and then $30 a month after that. You're gonna have to download 2 apps in the Shopify, in your Shopify. And Shopify is really easy to use. It's all drag and drop. Again, I have in my TikTok Shop training, I go over how to do all of this and how to import the products from AliExpress. You're going to need one more app that'll cost you about $10 per month. It's called Zopi, Z-O-P-I, and that's how you digitally import products from AliExpress. Like when you're searching on AliExpress, you're going to see the little Zopi Google Chrome extension pop up on the products. You click it and it'll automatically import it to your store with all the photos, the descriptions, the specifications, all of that stuff, so you don't have to copy everything and put it in your store. And then when somebody purchases it from you, you purchase it from the vendor ships it directly to the customer, so you don't have to purchase any inventory or have any capital up front whatsoever. Again, if you have a return, I only work with vendors who accept returns, and I only do products with low return risks. Example, I sell slippers, low return risk product. But at the end of the day, no matter what, any business is going to get returns. And so that's fully automated as well. Customer submits a return to me, I submit it to the vendor sends the customer directly shipping label, they ship it directly back to the vendor, and then the vendor refunds me, I refund the customer. Again, it sounds like a lot, but it's all automated. So TikTok Shop, there's some costs with running it, but very minimal, and then with media buying, there's no costs to run it. Am I worried about the TikTok ban? I would be a millionaire if I had a penny for every time somebody asked me about the TikTok ban. I'm definitely not worried about it. I would be really bummed and sad if it went away. Sorry, Instagram, but TikTok is my favorite platform, just on a personal level, preference-wise. I just enjoy it. I also have my bigger community on TikTok, and so I'd be really, really bummed if it went anywhere. I'm not at the mercy of one platform, and any good marketer will tell you and knows that, not to be at the mercy of one platform. Regardless of a platform potentially getting banned, that's just leaving yourself vulnerable, right? Algorithms change every single day, and you could be crushing it on, say, TikTok, and then the next day the algorithm changed and your business plateaus because you left yourself at the mercy of one platform. So I'm not at the mercy of one platform. I do offer TikTok advertising services to my clients. I was not advertising it. I haven't been offering it for that long. It hasn't been around for that long. And I had plenty of clients as soon as they got on. As soon as TikTok ads became a thing, I got all my clients on board. I got new clients. But if it goes away, they'll go back. They'll just reallocate the budget to Facebook, which I'm running their Facebook ads anyway. So it's all the same to me. I'll just be bummed. That being said, I don't think it's actually going anywhere, right? They don't actually think it's a threat. If they actually thought it was a threat, Biden wouldn't be posting on it. Biden posts on this app every single day. I think if they genuinely thought it was a threat, they wouldn't allow the President of the United States to be posting on it. So I don't think it's actually going to go anywhere. Either the lawsuits are going to appeal it and it'll be fine, or it's going to sell. Did I have campaigns that I worked on that just tanked in the beginning? So I get this question a lot too, and it's not more so about the campaigns, but it's the ad, oh, but what if you put up an ad and it does really bad and your client's really mad, right? It's never like that because, it is like that, but you're testing tons of things at once, right? So within your campaign, you're going to be testing tons of audiences. I say at least 5 to 10 audiences, right? And so you're going to only let those audiences run for a couple days, 3 days. If you don't have any of those 5 audiences are performing well, after 3 days, you turn them off and you put 5 to 10 new in, right? Say you have 3 that are performing well. You're going to turn the other 2 off and put 2 more in. And so it's not like you're going to let a campaign run negatively for a month long and it tank, right? You're going to constantly be testing. and then you leave what's performing well on, and you're constantly turning off and putting in new stuff that hopefully will perform better. And then you'll get to a point where it's like, okay, like all 10 of my audiences are performing well. And you do the same thing with the ads. You're constantly putting in new ads, killing the ones that don't work and leaving on the ones that do. And you're going to get to a point where it's like, okay, I have like 7 audiences that are just crushing it. And I have 5 ads that are just crushing it. And then that's when you duplicate and isolate just those winning audiences and ads and add more budget to it, right? Which is called scaling. So it's not like there's an instance where it's like you're going to have a month of a campaign that's tanking. You can do that if you just let it run at negative and don't switch in and out audiences, which is what agencies love to do. They'll just let that shit run and then gaslight you being like, well, Meta is top of the funnel and it's not supposed to be profitable. It's like, yeah, it's still top of the funnel, but all of my clients are profitable at the top of the funnel. So yeah, it's not like that situation where it's like cross your fingers, you have one ad up, one audience, and one campaign, and we hope it works. Like it doesn't work like that. ChatGPT has back and forth conversation with new clients before you speak to them. That is precisely right. Keep in mind, it's not like ChatGPT. You can create your own GPT on ChatGPT. So this GPT is fully trained on me, my business, but it's also an expert negotiator and closer. So it's me cloned, but a superior me. I've fed it tons of my emails so it knows just how I talk, the things I say. It's trained on my business. It knows all the services that I offer. So people think it's me. They're talking to me. And then at the end of that email conversation, it gets summarized. ChatGPT will summarize it so that when I hop on a call with them, I have the summary of the email discussion that took place and I know what I'm talking about. So they just assume that they were emailing me the whole time. Shit is wild. I love it. AI is a total game changer, and please don't be scared of AI. It's here to leverage us. It's here to make us more efficient. And it's not going anywhere. So again, your job is going to be taken by somebody using AI, not by AI. Where do I buy ad creatives from? This is apps like Fiverr. I don't buy ad creatives. That's not the job of the media buyer. The job of the media buyer is to place the ads and to optimize and scale. The client provides the ad creatives, whether they do that in-house or they have a creative studio. A lot of times I'll give, insight on creatives that they should create. For example, if they've got some creatives that are really crushing it, I tell them, I'm like, hey, these are outperforming all the other ones. Have more similar to these be created and will be good. But no, it's not my job to create the ads themselves. I do the copy, means the captions, the writing, and a lot of times I have AI just do it. Sorry, I'm trying to get to all these questions. You guys are asking really good questions. I feel like this is a really good live. When the lives are really good, I do download them and upload them to YouTube. So I do have the best live replays you can rewatch on my YouTube channel. You can find my YouTube if you just search Digital Laura Anderson on YouTube. Would I recommend to invest in a laptop or a PC? I mean, I can't tell you the last time I used. I think a PC is... I know a PC means personal computer, but isn't that what a laptop is? It's a personal computer. I would say a desktop, right? I can't remember the last time I used a desktop, like a computer. You absolutely do not need a desktop for that. I use my MacBook Pro. I've had this MacBook Pro for 4 years now. No complaints. Also, when you do media buying and you work for yourself, so much stuff becomes a write-off. Like, if you need a new computer, you can write that off. If you need a new computer to do this for your business, it's a write-off. Even if you don't have an LLC, you're considered self-employed, it's still a business write-off. So many of that's a business write-off. And, when you're running TikTok Shop, that's a business write-off. The Shopify costs, like all of that stuff, business write-off. So you'll pay less in taxes. You're saving up so you can enroll. Also, well, that's great, and thank you. Also, my training is a tax write-off. If you have your own business and you're self-employed, you can write off the cost of my course. So it's a tax write-off. Hey, you got my course. Awesome. How are you liking it? Please let me know, and I can't wait to hear about your progress. I am doing a student live tonight. I'm so sorry for those of you guys. Hi, Kim. I'm so sorry about yesterday. I was supposed to do the student live. We had a hell of a day yesterday. I couldn't even go like regular live during the day. We're renovating. And they were super late. They came. There was just like a big mix up. Like, we had to move because we're not staying there while we're renovating. We're back in our condo, and we had to like wait for them to show up before we could move any of our stuff. They were very late, so then we couldn't move. It was just a nightmare. And it was like 5:30, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm supposed to be back for the student live, and we were still not even anywhere by my computer. So it was a nightmare of a day. But crossing my fingers, it'll be worth it. The renovation will be okay. So I'm so sorry, but the student live is tonight at 6 o'clock, and I'm going to do an extra student live next week as well. So I hope you guys can make it 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If you are a student of the course, it's going to be in the Facebook Mastermind group. How often do you review your ad success? So I'm not the one who does it, right? I outsource the work. I need them to be checking in on the accounts every single day, just to make sure that there is no red flags, nothing's going haywire. Every single day, 5 days a week, right? And that's only just to look at it, make sure, but I would review and make changes probably every 3 days. You can find out more information on the course and the training and the costs and all of that stuff in my profile. I do offer a discount while I'm live. And then when I'm no longer live, the price goes back up. And you can find all the information on in my profile under the 10-hour 10K work month. So the Facebook Pro is fine with interacting with all interfaces you use in media buying. Absolutely. I also have a big screen. I rarely use it though, like an additional screen. It's like one of those nice curved ones. It's like a Samsung. I think it was like $115. So I can plug in, and then I have a big screen at home while I'm working. But like, again, I rarely use it. I use it for like, from time to time, if I'm doing stuff in like Canva plus emailing plus like watching something, I'll use that. But yes, you only need a desktop computer. I use a MacBook Pro. You don't need a MacBook Pro. CW, you regret not getting my course? There's still time. You are always in my lives, and you're always contributing and asking nice questions. So shoot me an email. When I'm live, the course is back at its old price, and I can honor it for you at any time if you just shoot me an email. Am I doing affiliates with my course? Not yet. I have one, but she's in Australia, and so she's really great with helping because I have a decent Australian base. Her name is Digital Christie. She's great, and so yeah, but that's it. Caitlin, is there any way that you have some kind of proof that is legitimate? There are so many courses out there. Yeah, there really are, and I know that whole roadmap MRR thing has really muddied the waters, and it's really a shame, because no matter what, there's always going to be bad courses and good courses, but that has just completely exploded and muddied the waters. And apparently she's going through hella lawsuits. The girl who created it, I think they're like a married couple, but she's been posting videos about how the MRR part of it is going to be going away, and it's like, that's because she's getting hella lawsuits, like, obviously. So, I think that that's a good thing. Legitimate wise, I do have lots of students that hop in these lives and talk about their progress and their success. I saw that I'm live on TikTok and Instagram, and I saw that Kim joined the course. She said hi, or the live on Instagram, and she said hi, and she is a student of mine, and she's already booked 2 clients. She hasn't had it for that long. I think she said she booked her first client before she even finished the course. Jenny right here, she's commenting on Instagram too. She says she loves the course. On my enrollment page, I have video testimonials. I have written testimonials. I'm live daily. And I answer emails like right away. I do student lives, and I think that it's like when somebody sells you a course and then kind of disappears, that's a good indicator that it, and not to say it's not good, but it's just like they don't really care about the product and care about your success. And I don't like that, right? Like I mean, I probably wouldn't continue to do this if I didn't wake up every morning and see messages being like, oh my God, I quit my job. I bought the course, I've used it for 4 months, I quit my job, or oh my gosh, I hit my first $10,000 month. Oh my gosh, I'm making now an extra $3,000 a month. Like, because I wouldn't have, you know, a drive, like a motivation. Rebecca says she just finished the course. It's worth every penny. Thank you so much, Rebecca. I appreciate it. And you're implementing it starting this weekend. That's what I like to hear. Because that's, you know, that comes the hard part, right? Is the implementing. And so that's why I want to be present for you guys on these lives and doing student lives and answering your questions, is because I want to help motivate you and get you guys going with getting up and running and getting money. What would I say is the easiest digital trade to learn? That's a good question. I would say that they're all equally hard to learn. I like to go with the trades that are going to pay the most, right? The highest paying trades. And that's going to be anything in the ad space, where if you can track the dollar amount that you make for your client, and you can track, like with meta ads, I can track down to the penny that I bring in for them. And so I'm like, hey, you're spending $200,000 per month. I'm bringing you in $600,000 per month. I'm going to charge you $10,000 to $12,000 per month to do this. And they're like, cool, that's a deal. And they're all hard to learn. Advertising is hard to learn, and it's also high pressure, but it pays the best, right? Things like SEO, social media management, low pressure. SEO is probably fairly easy to learn and implement. Social media management is easy to learn, but it's a lot of work. Social media management is more work than running ads and pays significantly less. It sucks, but it's just the way it is, because with social media management, you can't track down to the penny how much they bring in. So you can't really say, I'm worth this amount, if you can't technically prove it, even though they are, because it's way more work and super important and absolutely necessary to be posting constantly on social media. It's just showbiz. Probably the easiest thing to do as far as a trade right now is copywriting. Every business uses copy. Like, you know, you write copy for emails, you write copy for social media posts, you write copy for website, product descriptions, all of that. And I say it's the easiest now because we have tools like ChatGPT. When ChatGPT just started getting hot, I'm friends with somebody who does copywriting. He's been doing it for a couple of years. But he started hitting $20,000 per month as soon as AI happened, because he could just now take on like all of these clients and just have ChatGPT do all the copy for him. So I think if ChatGPT is really replacing anybody at the moment, it would be copy. Because that's what it does best. It writes for you. But that being said, I still think if you are an expert copywriter, like you are so good at it and you're using ChatGPT, you're just going to be like the most efficient, super mega copywriter that's ever lived. Because I think separately they're both good, but together, you know, dynamic duo. Kim says, okay, so Kim now says she has 3 clients. She says the first 2 were from warm leads and the third was from cold outreach via email scraping. I love it. That is so cool, Kim. And she hasn't had the course for very long, I don't believe. I'm so stoked for you, Kim. That's amazing. And I'm sorry about the student live yesterday, but I hope you can join it today. And again, I'm going to do it next week as well. And I won't do it on a Friday next week, because I know Friday is like, you want to go out and have fun. I don't go out and have fun. I'm a mom of a 2-year-old, and we are homebodies. As a publicist, you agree it's not worth learning something that's not specifically measurable in return. Same with a publicist, right? And I used to work for a PR agency. That's one of the jobs that I got as a media buyer that required a bachelor's degree. And it paid 6 figures, and I got it. They needed somebody to come in and run their social media department, because they had a bunch of PR clients, and their PR clients were like, hey, do you also run social media? And they were like, oh, we can. And then they hired me to come in and spearhead it. And again, the job description required a 4 years bachelor's degree, and I got it. And I can tell you that PR was something hard, because it's like you get placed in these, it's just like old school advertising, right? Where it's like a billboard or a placement in a magazine, right? Unless you have like some sort of coupon code where you can track the measurable results from that placement. You could have like a lift in business, but you can't track the exact amount lift in business that came from, like, say, a magazine promotion or a billboard, you know, unless you have a certain phone number that's just listed for that billboard, and then you can track how many people call that number and how many people convert from that phone number. And then still, that's really hard to like manually track, whereas on Meta, it's all tracked there for you. The data is in columns, and it tells you every bit of data, right? It shows you how many people saw your ad, how many times each person saw your ad, how many people clicked on your ad, how many people watched more than 25% of your ad, more than 50% of your ad, how many people then not only clicked the ad, but then got to the page and then clicked again, how many people added the product to their cart, how many people added the product to their cart and then actually started to initiate checkout by filling out, you know, their name and all that stuff, but didn't actually complete the purchase, how many people just viewed a product, all of that information. It tells you how well your ad is performing against competitors in your industry. Tells you how well it's competing against engagement, right? So how many people left comments as opposed to how many people left comments on your competitors' ads. Like, it gives you every single piece of information. It tells you how much the purchase was for. So say you sold something for, and it tells you how much the cost per purchase was. So, you know, cost per purchase is $20, but that cart order was $40. So now you have a 2 times return on your advertising spend. And then it tells you, you know, the purchase conversion value and your return. Like, it tells you literally everything down to the penny. Your company did a study that showed you lost money when you spent it on TV. It was insane. Well, and when you go to that, it's like you have to do an overall, like, are we more profitable or are we less profitable? Because, I mean, I've been seeing TV commercials now where they've got QR codes, which I think is super cool and smart. Like, that's what they need, right? Because that way you can track. But still, it's tough. What type of personality is best for media buyer? That's an interesting question. I haven't heard that yet. I don't think you really need to have any type of personality. You have to be somebody that people want to work with. But I think that is then for any company or business, right? Because that's what's going to make you over your competitor every single time. Is like, I mean, you don't have to be a presence on social media whatsoever. I don't book clients through social media. I just talk to you guys about it on here. That's why I'm here. But I don't book clients through it. So it's not like you have to have a social media presence. You don't have to be posting. Nothing like that. So it is good for a lot of people who are introverts, but you do have to be client-facing, meaning if you're going to have somebody who pays you $10,000 per month, you have to get on a video call with them, right? Like, that's a business courtesy. They're not going to pay you that much money without, you know, seeing you face-to-face and talking with you and seeing if you're a good business fit. That being said, all of that is learned. I am an introvert. I'm a homebody. I'm an introvert. But the more, I mean, I can't tell you how many times in the beginning I messed up on client calls. I messed up my very first client, like, bad, that they threatened to sue me bad because I ghosted them because they were asking too much of me, and I literally froze in panic and then didn't talk to them for 2 weeks. And I have the whole story on my podcast. But yeah, I did the work. I just stopped talking to them, which highly do not recommend. But just saying that the more you do something, the better you become at it. And I know so many people are like, oh, I'm an introvert, or like, I can't do good in that. And it's like, you can train yourself. You can put on a persona and literally train yourself. And it takes time, and the only way to get better at it is to go through it. And a lot of people don't like that because it's uncomfortable. But that's the only time you ever get better at something. It's not going to be easy. You can't get better at something and it be easy to do, right? Like, the only way you get better at something is if you put yourself into it and you learn as you go. For you're a novice, you think that the most intimidating part is interpreting the data. Luckily for you, it's not at all because, again, Facebook tells you everything. And then in my course, I give you the template for the report that I send to my clients, that I have the freelancers fill out and then I send to the clients. So I tell you what data is important to know, and Facebook literally tells it. You don't even have to interpret it. It's just listed in columns for you, all of the information you need to know. I do have to get going. I've been live for about an hour now. You just showed up into this live. Can I give me the elevator pitch on what I'm teaching? That's a great question, and a great question to kind of wrap things up with. So yeah, I'm a media buyer. I am Digital Laura Anderson. I am the founder of the 10-hour 10K work month. I'm the host of the 7-day weekend podcast, where I teach people how you don't have to work a shitty 9-to-5 job. You don't have to get a college degree to make a good income. I make $80,000 to $120,000 per day doing media buying. What media buying is I have clients, I run their meta ads, Facebook and Instagram, their TikTok ads, and I do their email marketing. I have clients that pay me $10,000 to $12,000 per month for those services alone, and that is because I make them money on those platforms. If you could make money, if you can make customers and clients money, they're going to pay you very handsomely for that. I make my clients anywhere from 3 to 5 times return on their investment. So I have clients that are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars per month on these platforms, and in return, making 3 to 5 times that. And so that's why they pay me the big bucks. The kicker is, though, is that I outsource all of the work. I don't do any of the work. I am responsible for client acquisition and being client-facing and making sure shit doesn't hit the fan, which equates to about 10 hours per month. That is why I call it the 10-hour 10K work month. You can work 10 hours per month and make 10K plus a month, right? I make 6 figures a month. And I teach you guys how to do that from beginning to end. So after you take my training called the 10-hour 10K work month, you're a certified expert in meta ads, TikTok ads, and email marketing. These things they do not teach in school. You cannot get a degree in these, which is wild because they are super high paying and super in demand. Then I teach you how to position yourself as an expert with social media channels and a website. And don't worry, you don't have to be posting on social media. It's just a foundation point. I don't book clients on social media. It's just so if a client is looking to book you, they're like, oh, hey, this girl's legit. She has a website and she has social media. She's not just some random person off the street saying she does this. Then I teach you how to book clients, right? Which is the hardest part. I teach you how to book clients on Upwork, LinkedIn, and Indeed. I give you every single resource you need to make that happen. So cover letter template, proposal template, contract templates, scope of service templates, pricing packaging templates, client reports, mock interviews with clients. Then I teach you how to outsource all of the work, right? We're going to find freelancers on Fiverr, outsource all of the work to them. I show you how that's completely done, how to vet the freelancers, then how to automate and streamline the entire business using AI. I'm the queen of AI. I want to work as little as possible, and so I show you how you can book cold clients using a full AI automation that does all of that for you. It also comes with lifetime access. I'm constantly updating the course, so you get any and all updates completely automatically for free. It comes with the Facebook mentorship group. It's a private group for students only. I do student lives in there. You can ask questions, motivate each other. That's my elevator pitch. We probably would have had to go to like the 100th floor for me to get through all of that, but there's a lot that goes into it. Also, TikTok Shop training is in there, so if you want to learn how to drop ship or do print on demand from TikTok Shop, I got you covered there. The enrollment page is in my profile under 10-hour 10K work month. I have video testimonials, written testimonials, screenshots of what you can expect to see in the course, and if it's a right fit for you. Hey Laura, you went to buy the course, but it says the price without the discount. If you clicked on, sometimes you have to let it load for a minute. Because I do have it discounted for while I'm live, and then for about 10 minutes after I shut down the live, because, you know, it's hard to go and purchase something during the live. But let me see. If you go to my profile, you click the 10-hour 10K work month, and then on there you click enroll now. It will take you to the checkout page, and I'm checking it right now. It does take a minute to populate for the discount to show up, and the discount will be $2,000 off. So the price of the course right now during my live is $1,997, and then when I'm no longer live, because I do like to reward you guys for coming in here and participating and contributing. Do I have another live coming soon? I like to go live between Monday through Friday, around this time, between 10 and 12. I don't have a set schedule for it. And then I do student lives, and I'm doing a student live tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you are a student, please join the mastermind group, and you guys will have access to it. So thank you so much. And if you still don't see the discount, just shoot me an email. My email is linked in my profiles, both profiles here on Instagram and TikTok. It's 10hour 10K work month at gmail.com. Hour is spelled HR and 10K. And I'll you know, I always honor the price for you guys if you guys were in my live and participated. So thank you guys. If you have any questions, also the checkout page has a phone number if you scroll all the way to the bottom, and it goes directly to me. I'm the one that answers that number. It's a Google number, so it's only for U.S. residents. But I'm happy to, if you get to the checkout page, you still have a question. Afterpay is an option too if you want to use Afterpay for a payment plan. And yeah, thank you guys so much. It was a pleasure. I will definitely see you guys again on Monday. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. If I didn't get to answer your question though, a quick question that you guys had here, please feel free to leave it on my most recent video. I do my best to answer every single question. Thank you guys so much, and I will talk to you soon. Again, the price of the course and everything right now is $1,997, so just under $2,000, but you can find the information in my profile with all of that there. So thank you guys. Bye. Have a good weekend.